friends, I'm Lisa, and thanks for joining me for this Sizzling Summer Nights extravaganza at the Southern California Railway Museum. Be sure to check out my previous Sizzling Summer Nights episodes. But for now, here we go.
Oh my goodness. Hey Dee, are you okay with being on camera for my YouTube?
Sure. Hey, how you doing?
I'm Lisa.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Tell me,
I'm actually a new member. I've been here for a while, but I volunteered. I try to get down here as much as I can, but we'll be working the Thomas and Friend train. I worked it last year. They call me Superman, so I keep everybody in place. So.
And did you get your training here?
I got my training here. That's the beautiful thing about this place. You come here, get your training. You can learn a lot. If you ever want to be an engineer or railroad, this is the best place to come. I love it here. Interesting story. I used to come here on and off back in the days, and when I was doing that, I was just coming as a visitor because I'm a big-time railroad fanatic. I took an internship with Southern Pacific before they collapsed because I was going to get a job working with the SP. Well, years later, I would discover this museum's here, and I was just coming out to visit. And one day, they had a behind-the-scenes event. I came down, got to operate a locomotive over at the Cottonwood area where the station is, and I was hooked after that. And I told John and all the rest of the guys, I'm in.
All right.
All right.
Woo, thank you.
Have a good one.
So tell me, what is your name?
My name's Marni.
Lisa. So nice
Lisa.
to meet you. And what are you doing here today? And tell me about your interest in trains and how that even got started.
Well, I started volunteering about a month ago at the Southern California Railway Museum, and I kind of came here by accident. I was inspired to write 2 papers for scholarships for school in historic preservation, and they wanted to ask the importance of historic preservation and kind of what you would do if you wanted to improve some of the ADA situations with historic buildings. And I thought, well, let me come down here and check it out because I know it's a historic property with the original Pinacate post office. So I came down here and John was like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm learning historic preservation. I start school in the fall. And so he's like, come with me. And he took me up in the 108. And it was the most awesome thing. I'd never experienced anything like it. So next day I got the letter saying you're in, you got full scholarships. And I was just like, totally, I got chills. I was totally stoked because I haven't been back to school in 20 years. So that's pretty much what started it. And then John was like, oh, on Tales from the Rails, he has a Tales from the Rails Facebook that I follow. And he's like, you want to learn to operate the historic trolleys? Send me an email. Let's get you in the class. And I was like, you know what? I've been told by port relationships, you're not allowed to drive. And I said, watch this. Hold everything. I'm going to go learn to drive. I'm going to operate these trolleys. So I took the class, and it was really empowering to me to be able to just control something so much bigger than me. And just a historic aspect is so exciting and romantic, and it makes me feel like I'm time traveling. And there's just so many great aspects to it. So I just keep coming back. You can't keep me away from here.
So can you tell me a little bit about what being here has done for your life overall?
I heard that I passed the class. In 2011, I was diagnosed with severe PTSD, and so I do deal with that. I deal with symptoms every day. It's a part of my everyday life, managing it and figuring out how to feel. They would say normal doesn't exist, but managing how to feel normal. So when I'm here and volunteering, I'm not worried about anything in the past. I'm not worried about anxiety of the future. I'm really focused on the here and now, what's happening right in front of me. I mean, obviously, railway safety is so important. What you're doing, operating a huge machinery that weighs as much as a semi truck. You need to be present in the moment, and I feel really grateful to have found this place because it's someplace I can go to get away, and I feel safe here. So great to have the oral tradition of teaching people about the museum and teaching people about the importance of the railway system here in California and the history of it. And those are things that you can read in books, but until you really experience it hands-on and just be part of it and immerse yourself in it, like those things they're just better told hands-on. They're better shared through stories than just something you read on the internet. So I'm really here to do that, preserve history.
Oh, I love that. It was so nice meeting
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. I love your ensemble. This is like, look at this, like so cute.
I'm trying to represent the 19th century of narrow gauge railroading. I'm trying to go as accurate as possible.
I love it. And so how do you come to be here? Where does your interest in trains, where did it start?
I have a long history with the railroads. My grandfather was for the Southern Pacific, and my great-grandfather was for a railroad in Arkansas. I'm not sure which one, but it goes a long way. My father was a welder for the UP and a little bit for the SP before it merged. So it caught on.
And you appreciate the charm and the nostalgia and the whole thing, obviously.
Yes.
Awesome. And tell me your name?
Ivan.
Ivan. Lisa. So nice to meet you. Thank you, Ivan.
My story is I was about a year old. I was in a tragic accident and I was in the hospital. My soon-to-be stepfather at the time brought me a VHS called I Love Toy Trains. And he put it in the little tube TV, and the beginning scene showed this locomotive right here, a close-up of the bell, and Ward Kimball, which was the owner of the Disney animator, was ringing the bell, and he looked so happy. And that was the opening scene, and that's what did it. Fast forward to, that was about 1996-7. Fast forward 2001, I've been a big train fan. I went to Allied Model Trains at the time in Culver City. And my dad, for my birthday, I think it was my 5th or 6th birthday, gave me my first train set. It was a Lionel 6-31914 New York Central Flyer set. And I still have it to this day. Since then, my model train obsession has exploded. So I have a bunch of scales. I have HO, mainly I'm a steam guy. And I like engines that are very interactive. I like ones with sound, smoke. So, I mean, I have at least 24 steam engines of all scales. That's putting it mildly.
What's your name?
My name's Ken.
I'm Lisa.
Lisa, nice
to meet you. Tell me, where are we and what's going on in this building?
Okay, so you're in the Ward Kimball collection. And Mr. Kimball was an animator for Walt Disney. And so the trains that I'm going to be showing you ran in his backyard on about a 500-foot track in his backyard. He's the one that got Disney started with the trains.
So just as I was about to head out, I quickly learned that there was a lot more left for me to see. So subscribe to my channel, and in the next episode, we'll visit more with Ken. And in the meantime, you can check out my webpage, lisakayentertainment.com/YouTube. Hop on my email list, and I'll see you very soon.